Hello YouTube and welcome. In this video I would like to do with you the unboxing of this new pre-release pack from the set Dominaria. So this is the pre-release pack for today. So let's see what we can get from this one. So new cards for the world of Magic the Gathering. Has a small sleeve. And here we have the contents of this box. So we get a blue die, here with the new symbol for Dominaria. Should be like this. Here we have our promo card. And we have two cards. Nice. So here we have Sulphur Falls, a land. Sulphur Falls enters the battlefield. Tap it unless you control an island or a mountain. Tap it for an island or a mountain. Nice cards. And we also get a Daisy, the Cinder Wind, 3 cost. He has flying and haste. Whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery spell, wizards you control get +1/+1 until the end of the turn, and it is a 2/2. So we get in this pack a rare card and an uncommon, both foiled. Here we have a little flyer, how to build our pre-release deck. We have a little cardboard to separate cards, and here we have the 6 boosters from this new set Dominaria. So let's start and see what we can get from this one. And this starts with Stronghold Confessor, 1 drop. He has Kicker for 3. You may pay an additional 3 as you cast this spell. He has Menace. If Stronghold Confessor has Kick it enters in the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. And it is a 1/1. Cold Water Snapper, 6 drops. He has Hexproof, and it is a 4/5. The Venture Trapper, 3 drops. Whenever you cast a historic spell, tap target creature and opponent controls, and it is a 3/2. This way it looks better, a little. So Gitu Lava Runner, 1 drop. As long as there are 2 or more instants and or sorcery cards in your graveyard, Gitu Lava Runner gets +1/+0 and has haste, and it is a 1/2. War Envoy, 3 drops. For 2 add 1 mana of any color, and it is a 3/2. Shivan Fire, 1 drop. He has a kicker for 4. Shivan Fire deals 2 damage to target creature. If this spell was kicked, it deals 4 damage to target creature instead. Sapling Migration, 2 drops. He has kicker for 4. Create 2 1/1 green sapling creature tokens. If this spell was kicked, create 4 of this token instead. Aven Sentry, 4 drops. He has flying and it is a 3/2. Academy Drake, 3 drops. He has kicker for 4. He has flying. If Academy Drake was kicked, it enters in the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it is a 2/2. Board of the Witherlight, 2 drops. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Interesting. Reveal a historic card. Goblin Barrage, 4 drops. He has kicker, sacrifice an artifact or a goblin. Goblin Barrage deals 4 damage to target creature. If this spell was kicked, it also deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. Interesting card, this one. Arvad the Cursed, 5 drops. He has Death Touch and Life Link. Other legendary creatures you control get +2/+2, and it is a 3/3. And our rare, another legendary creature, Josuve's Lich Knight, 4 drops. He has a kicker for 6. He has menace. When Josuve's Lich Knight enters in the battlefield, if it was kicked, create 8 2/2 Black Zombie Knight creatures tokens with menace, and it is a 4/5. I don't know, but should be a great card, crazy one. And we have an island and a swamp foiled. Nice. And we have a knight token with vigilance, and it is a 2/2. So not bad this first booster. Let's see the second one. And this starts with the bust. 1 drop, target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or a creature card from it. The player discards that card. Interesting card for 1 drop only. Opt, 1 drop. Scry 1, then draw a card. Charge, 1 drop. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of the turn. Could be an interesting card in Pauper. G2 Journey's Mage, 3 drops. When G2 Journey's Mage enters the battlefield, you may control another wizard. If you control another wizard, G2 Journey's Mage deals 2 damage to each opponent, and it is a 3/2. 1 War Scout, 2 drops. Tap it, you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield, and it is a 1/3. Interesting card. Death Bloom Talid, 3 drops. When Death Bloom Talid dies, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token, and it is a 3/2. Arctic Waterer, 6 drops. He has Trample, and it is a 5/5. Fury Intervention, 5 drops. Choose 1. Fury Intervention deals 5 damage to target creature. or destroy target artifact. Blessed Light, 5 drops, exile target creature or enchantment. Here we have land, Memorial to Glory. Memorial to Glory enters in the battlefield, tap it for 1 plane, and for 4, tap it, sacrifice Memorial to Glory, create 2 1/1 white soldiers creature tokens. Wild Onslaught, 4 drops, he has a kicker for 4, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. If this spell was kicked, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control instead. Interesting cards. Sentinel of the Pearl Trident, 5 drops. Here we have again Merfolk, nice. He has Flash. When Sentinel of the Pearl Trident enters the battlefield, you may exile target historic permanent you control. If you do, return that card to the battlefield under his owner control at the beginning of the next end step. And it is a 3/3. And we have a mythic. Yes, it is a mythic. Gyra, Welterlight Captain. 4 drops. Whenever you cast an historic spell, draw a card. And it is a 3/3. Great pool. Here we have a Swamp. And we have another foil. Great. Creator's Ward. 3 drops. Enchant permanent. Enchant permanent has hexproof. When enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was historic, draw 2 cards. Interesting. And we have Karok's Bladewing token. Funny. Token legendary creature, dragon. He has flying and it is a 4/4. So we have also tokens that they are legendary. Okay. Great pool this one also. Let's see the next one. And this starts with Drudge Sentinel, 3 drops. Was 3 tap Drudge Sentinel, he gains indestructible until the end of the turn, and it is a 2/1. Rescue, 1 drop, return target permanent you control to his owner hand. Serra Disciple, 2 drops, flying and first strike. Whenever you cast a historic spell, Serra Disciple gets +1/+1 until the end of the turn, and it is a 1/1. Could be an interesting card in Pauper also. Bloodstone Goblin, 2 drops. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, Bloodstone Goblin gets +1/+1 and gains menace until the end of the turn, and it is a 2/2. Arbor Armament, 1 drop. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains reach until the end of the turn. Interesting card for just 1 drop. So the creature gets +1/+1 and also until the end of the turn gains reach. Interesting card this one. Caligo Skin Witch, 2 drops. He has a kicker for 4. When Caligo Skin Witch enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, each opponent discards 2 cards, and it is a 1/3. Sparing Construct, 1 drop. When sparing constructs die, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, and it is a 1/1. Another interesting card. Fungal Infection, 1 drop. Target creature gets -1/-1 until the end of the turn. Create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Gift of Growth, 2 drops. It has a kicker for 2. Untap target creature, it gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn instead. Another interesting card. Skytering Survivor, 3 drops. When enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library, and it is a 1/2. Memorial of Folly, he enters in the battlefield, tap it for a swamp, and for 3 tap it, sacrifice Memorial of Folly, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Elfheim Druid, 2 drops, tap it for 1 forest, or tap it for 2 forests, spend this mana only to cast kick-it spells, and it is a 0/2. Whisper, Blood Liturgist, 4 drops, tap it, sacrifice 2 creatures, return target creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield, and it is a 2/2. And our rare, Mishra Self-Replicator, 5 drops. Whenever you cast an historic spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that is a copy of Mishra Self-Replicator, and it is a 2/2. This one should be a great card. Definitely. Here we have a forest, and we have a sapling token, 1/1. So, the 4 boosters. And this one starts with Unwind, 3 drops, counter target non-creature spell, untap up to 3 lands. Not bad. Excavation Elephant, 5 drops, he has a kicker for 1. When Excavation Elephant enters in the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand, and it is a 3/5. G2 Chronicle, 2 drops, he has a kicker for 4. When enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand, and it is a 1/3. Pierce the Sky, 2 drops. Pierce the Sky deals 7 damage to target creature with flying. This is a crazy card. Deals 7 damage to target creature with flying with just 2 mana. In the right deck, this is great. Should be great. Cabal Paladin, 4 drops. Whenever you cast a historic spell, Cabal Paladin deals 2 damage to each opponent, and it is a 4/2. Haven Sentry, 4 drops. He has flying, and it is a 3/2. Rampaging Cyclops, 4 drops. Rampaging Cyclops gets -2/-0 as long as 2 or more creatures are blocking it, and it is a 4/4. Deep Freeze, 3 drops. Enchant Creature. Enchant Creature has basic power and toughness 0/4 as a defender, loses all other abilities, and it is a blue wall in addition to other colors and types. Interesting. Pegasus Courser, 3 drops, he has flying. Whenever Pegasus Courser attacks, another target attacking creature gains flying until the end of the turn, and it is a 1/3. Ju- Juggernaut, 4 drops. Juggernaut attacks each combat if able. Juggernaut can't be blocked by walls, and it is a 5/3. Curator's Ward, 3 drops. Enchant permanent. Enchant permanent has hexproof. When enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was a historic, draw 2 cards. And we have another legendary creature. This time Tatyova Bentic Druid, 5 drops. Whenever a land enters in the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card, and it is a 3/3. I can easily see this card goes to my Merfolk Commander deck, easily. And our rare, Yawgmoth Vile Offering, 5 drops. Put up to 1 target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Exile Yawgmoth Vile Offering. This one could be very, very interesting. And we have a plane. And we have another foiled. Academy Journeyed Mage, 5 drops. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard. When Academy's Journeyed Mage enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to his on her hand, and it is a 3/2. And we have another Saproling token, 1/1, with a different art. So booster number 5. Homering Explorer, 4 drops. When enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, and it is a 3/2. Nasty card. Invoke the Divine, 3 drops. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, and you gain 4 life. Fire Elemental, 5 drops, and it is a 5/4. Broken Bond, 2 drops. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You may put a land card from your hand into the battlefield. Blessing of Benzlock, 1 drop. Target creature gets +2/+1 until the end of the turn. If it is a legendary, it also gains lifelink until the end of the turn. Interesting card for just 1 drop. Relic Runner, 2 drops. Relic Runner can be blocked if he casts a historic spell this turn, and it is a 2/1. Cloud Reader Sphinx, 5 drops. He has flying. When enters in the battlefield, scry 2, and it is a 3/4. Gift of Growth, 2 drops. He has a kicker for 2. Untap target creature. It gains +2/+2 until the end of the turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn instead. Guardians of Koilus, 5 drops. When Guardian of Koilus enters the battlefield, you may return another target historic permanent you control to his on her hand, and it is a 4/4. Fungal Infection, 1 drop. Target creature gets -1/-1 until the end of the turn. Create a 1/1 green Saproling creature token. Champion of the Flame. Great image, this one. 2 drops. He has Trample. Champion of the Flame gets +2/+2 for each aura or equipment attached to it, and it is a 1/1. Seal Away, 2 drops. He has Flash. When Seal Away enters the battlefield inside exile target tapped creature and opponent control until Seal Away leaves the battlefield. Interesting. Cast down, 2 drops, destroy target non-legendary creature. And our rare, Kazarov Sengir, Pure Blood. 7 drops, he has flying. Whenever a creature an opponent controls deals damage, put a +1/+1 counter on Kazarov Sengir Pure Blood. And for 4, Kazarov deals 2 damage to target creature. And it is a 4/4. Here we have a mountain. And we have a cleric token 0/1. And now finally we're going to open the last booster. And this one starts with Knight of New Benalia, 2 drops, and it is a 3/1. Frenzied Rage, 2 drops, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2/+1 and has menace. Feral Abomination, 6 drops. He has Death Touch and it is a 5/5. Arbor Armament, 1 drop. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains reach until the end of the turn. Stronghold Confessor, 1 drop. He has a kicker for 3. He has menace. If Stronghold Confessor has kicked, he enters in the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it, and it is a 1/1. Artificer Assistance, 1 drop. He has flying. Whenever you cast a historic spell, scry 1, and it is a 1/1. Jousting Lance, 2 drops. Equipment creature gets +2/+0. As long as it is your turn, equipped creature has first strike, and he has a quick cost of 3. Baloth Gorger, 4 drops. He has a kicker for 4. If Baloth Gorger was kicked, he enters in the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, and it is a 4/4. Call the Cavalry, 4 drops. Create 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance. Great image. Dipping Spear, 2 drops. If a land is tapped for 2 or more mana, it produces colorless instead of any other type and amount. Each spell a player casts costs 1 more to cast for each other spell than player has cast this turn. Okay, interesting card. Very different this one. Very, very different. Irish Vandal, 2 drops. Tap it, sacrifice an artifact. Irish Vandal deals 2 damage to target player. To any target, sorry. And it is a 1/1. Texuku Umazawa Fugitive, 2 drops. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can be blocked, and it is a 1/3. And our rare, Binelish Marshal, 3 drops. Other creatures you control gets +1/+1, and it is a 3/3. We have a Swamp. crazy. I don't believe it. We get a mythic foiled Weatherlight for 4 drops. He has flying. When Weatherlight deals combat damage to a player, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a historic card from among them and put it in your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. And it has a crew cost of 3. And it is up for 5. Great, great pool this one. And finally we have a Goblin with a 1-1. So overall, great pack this one. Great pre-release, definitely. So we get these two Sulfur Falls and Adeli's the Cinder Wing as the promos. We have a few foils, a lot of legendary creatures, two mythics at least. Just sorry, just checking. Just one more. Okay. So we have 4 foils, a land, a swamp, Academy Journeyed Mage, of course the Weatherlight, Mythic, and Crater's Ward. 4 foils in this pre-release, and for the rares we get Mishra Self-Replicator, Young Moose Vile Offering, Benalish Marshal, Kazarov Sengir Pure Blood, Josuves Lich Knight, and a mythic Joyra Weatherlight Captain. So again, great pre-release. So this is what I have to share with you. I hope you like it, you enjoy it. Until the next time, see you.